I-86 After Dark recommends simply the best cleaning services. Call 716-912-6940. Western New York's cleaning and restoration leader. From Buffalo to Long Island, this is I-86 After Dark.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to I-86 After Dark. I am your host, Buffalo Bob. I am officially fucking back, finally, after seven goddamn fucking weeks since I've been on the air. And I am with my host, Mr. Damien Mike Rudd. How the fuck are you, brother?
Well, I'm glad to finally have you back. You know, we need you to carry the show again, Bobby.
Yeah, clearly, because I don't know where the fuck Tom is.
Yeah, where the hell is he? I was having trouble getting in.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You too, dude. And it took me the very last second to get you on the show. And now we don't know where the fuck he is. I bet you he's going to come on here tomorrow or whenever he shows up. He's going to say, oh, sorry, guys. I passed out, you know. Can we do the NFL draft? No, dude. You had your fucking chance. It's like,
yeah,
fuck.
well, I broke out my Giants jersey for today, even though it's a Saquon.
Still a Giants jersey. I mean, I got my Bills hat on, so as you could probably see, I got a little Buffalo Bills, hat right there. So we're pretty much all shined up and ready to go. Now, here's what we're going to do tonight. Because we don't know where the fuck Tom is, we're going to do this usually every year. And because usually we do this with 3 people until Tom shows up magically, and I just texted him, he's not answering, Damien and I are going to take over the draft in half of Tom's favor. So how this works is I actually have it on screensaver, if you could see it. As you could probably see, there's a list. We're using a website called profootballnetwork.com/mockdraft. And what we're going to do here is that, we're in control of all of the picks in the draft this year. And we pretty much wrote it down as a 1-3 system. So it was originally supposed to be you, me, and Tom, where Tom would rotate, I would rotate, and you would rotate. So what we're probably going to do is we'll split the even time between the two of us just to do the mock draft, because tomorrow is the NFL draft, and there's a lot of shit that's going to probably go down tomorrow. So I think with that being said, you ready to rock and roll?
Sure, let's do it.
Damn straight. So can you see the screen as it is?
I can't see anything because I'm like in the basic version of StreamYard right now. It's telling me to log in, but I can't log in. So now I see it.
Now you can see it. Okay. So basically how this works is that I'm gonna monitor it from the website here, and you'll see my face and hear the audio, and you'll see Damien as well. So we're gonna go based on what we originally predicted. So we're gonna start this off very straightforward, and Tom, because he's not here, because we don't know where the fuck he is, stupid asshole. He's been looking for me for a while. So do you want to take over his pick with the Raiders at number 1?
Well, I mean, this is pretty much a no-brainer. It's been a no-brainer for about over a year that they were going to go out and look for their franchise quarterback again. So, I mean, it has to be Mendoza with the number 1 pick.
All right, so there you go. Fernando Mendoza is going at number 2. So the next 2 picks belong to me at number 2 and 3. I'm in control of the New York Jets, and I'm in control of the Arizona Cardinals. So this is where things get interesting for the Jets, because I cover the Jets every year since we've been doing the show, at least in the draft. And the Jets are just a big shit show. I think everybody knows that. So I think what they're in need of so bad is some some defensive help. They need some help at defensive tackle. They need a defensive end. They need a linebacker. They need all kinds of fucking help. It's insane. So I think with that being said, with the number 2 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets are going to select Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State.
Wow. Going off the board already.
Damn straight I am. I may as well. I mean, the Jets could do whatever the fuck they want. And plus they have another first-round pick, so there's that,
True. I mean, I was thinking you were going to go Reese or Bailey at the edge.
Nah, that would have been too easy. But I think, though, the Jets, it could very well be, Bailey or Reese, but we'll find out tomorrow night. So with that being said, at number 3 is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals, we don't even know what the hell they want to be. They don't have Kyler Murray anymore, and the only player worth a damn on the team is Trey McBride. So realistically, they could go any position. And I was thinking about this leading up to the mock draft, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are the Cardinals going to need? Because they need help at, quarterback. They need help at offensive line. They need help at defensive line. I mean, there are so many different choices here the Cardinals could go with. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a little bomb right here. So with that being said, with the number 3 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals will select Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame.
I knew you were going to do that.
You did this?
But you know what? What I was thinking, like when you were going through it all and everything, and Arizona is one of those teams that I think is just going to draft best available with that pick. But then when you said drop a bomb, I'm like, oh, he's going with Love.
I mean, hey, I could have went with Ruben Bain. I could have went with, Francis Malgoa. We could have went with Carnell Tate. I could have went with any of those guys. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so, bland at this point. It's like wheat toast. So I think that, because there's been a lot of rumblings about the Cardinals potentially taking Jeremiah Love, but we'll find out tomorrow when the actual thing comes about, Yep. Yeah. So this is your first pick of the draft. You're going to take the Titans at this one.
Well, the Titans are like another team. They're kind of in flux. They got pretty much new coaches at almost every position. They have needs at almost every single position. This is where I think they're going to go defense, and they're going to go Reese.
Ooh, okay. That makes sense. Arvell Reese to the Tennessee Titans at number 4. I mean, fuck it. I mean, I went with Sonny Styles at number 2 overall. Arvell Reese could easily fall into this category if Arizona takes Jeremiah Love tomorrow, which, we'll find out from here on out,
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. And by the way, before we go on, I just want to say I missed you guys very, very much. And I didn't mean to just jump right in. I know that I've been out for a little while because, family priorities. And, of course, I just had a baby. And my son, Maverick, is now 6 weeks old, and he's doing phenomenal. Yeah. So
and who's he picking in the NFL draft?
That's a good question. You know what? I think he's just going to sleep through it. I mean, most babies of that age do anyway, Yeah. So, yeah. All right, Dane, Giant fan, you're on the clock at number 5.
Yeah, so me being a huge Giants fan, I know there was talk earlier in this week about them possibly reaching up and grabbing Love, which you already did, with the 3rd pick. I think it would be a huge mistake for the Giants to go out and draft a running back that high again, like they did with Saquon Barkley. It didn't really work out for them. Worked out great for the Eagles. Didn't work out good for the Giants. The Giants just love defense. But they could also use some wide receiver help too. So I think they're going to take Tate with this pick.
Carnell Tate at number 5 to the Giants, huh? Interesting. Now, before we move on, what did you think of the Dexter Lawrence trade? Because you're going to be going up again with the Giants at 10.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, he was a good player. He's very serviceable for the Giants. He did express his wishes to be out and be traded, and it's like I don't want a player on my team that doesn't want to be there. So I'm fine with them trading him to the Bengals and getting another pick. That's what makes this pick available to draft a wide receiver, because then we could probably go defense with the 10th overall pick.
You're probably right, but I think the Giants, what they did was just pure genius. Getting a top 10 pick like that, especially with two of them. I mean, I know the Jets did that a few years ago, but it's the Jets. But the Giants, they could probably do something a little differently. You know what I mean, with the direction and all that stuff. But
and I think they're going to stay at I think they're going to stay at 5 and 10. I mean, there's a chance they could have packaged them and moved up, but there's no reason for them to move up in this draft.
Right. I mean, they could if they wanted at like number like 7 or 8, but yeah, there's no reason for them to do that at this point. So there's that. But so we're moving on now. At number 6 is the Cleveland Browns. So just based on the first 5 picks of the draft, I think it's abundantly clear what I'm doing here. So with that being said, with the number 6 pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Cleveland Browns will select David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech.
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll definitely do that.
I mean, if I'm the Browns and this actually happens, then they totally should.
Yeah, if Bailey falls that far, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why I didn't put David Bailey at 2, because apparently the Jets canceled their meeting with David Bailey. I forget why, but they were supposed to have a meeting last week or leading up to the draft, and it got canceled last minute. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, you know? So I mean, there's no other way around it. All right, Dame, you're back on the clock with Washington.
So, I think Washington's like another team that has a lot of holes too, I believe. Thinking, let's see. They can go edge, they can go safety. I don't know. Safeties are so big in this league right now, so I'm thinking they might go with Downs.
Really? Okay. So
I feel like we're like Ohio State heavy. So.
Oh shit! Let me undo that pick. It brought Rupert Bain Jr. I meant to get Caleb Downs here. My mistake. There we go. So Caleb Downs at number 7 to Washington, correct?
Yep.
Dan?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, you're picking Caleb Downs at 7 to Washington?
Yes.
Okay, just want to be sure because I accidentally clicked on Rupert Bain. Okay, so the next one up. That's my fault, guys. I apologize. Okay, so for the next one at number 8 is the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints have a lot of problems, but it doesn't hurt with whatever they could get their hands on, because they say that the Saints, I mean, I like Tyler Shaw as the quarterback. I like Chris Olave. Alvin Kamara is getting up there in age, but they got to get younger. They got to go with the youth movement. So anything is possible at this point. You know what I mean? So New Orleans, to me, is just basically – it's like taking a blindfold and you just throw a dart at the board and you just hope you can get what you can get. So I think that's the thing about New Orleans. So I think that with being said, with the 8th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the New Orleans Saints will select Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. Yeah.
So going off the board again.
Well, the Saints definitely need a receiver because you can't just always throw the ball to Chris Olave. So there's that.
Well, you could try, but
could, but fuck it, you know. All right, so Dave, I have a surprise for you, my guy. Because Tom Stoofus ass is not here, his dumb ass is not here. So you're going to be taking control of the next 4 picks. So you're going all the way from Kansas City to Dallas.
All right.
Yeah, so that gives you plenty of fucking material to work with here.
Let's see.
You're going at number 9 with Kansas City.
Yeah, I think Kansas City with Bain Jr. being still available there at edge from Miami. I think they're going to take that. That's one of their biggest needs.
Is a linebacker or a defensive end.
Yep.
Okay, so Ruben Bain Jr. This time to the Chiefs. All right. So you already got your wide receiver 1, I believe. Yep, you already got Carnell Tate. So, all right, Giant fan. Number 2, who are you getting in return for Dexter Lawrence?
I don't know, man. Let's see this. Who's the next available linebacker? What's on defense?
Next available.
There we go.
Well, there's defensive backs, there's wide receiver, offensive tackles, there's a safety, there's some edges here, defensive tackles. There's a lot of good ones on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think unfortunately, in this pick they're gonna have to go. I don't know. Let's scroll up a little bit.
Well, these are all defensive guys. If you want, I could do it like this. It'll be easier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's Keltrick
nice
Paul,
safety.
Peter Woods.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Dylan right there from Oregon, nice safety.
Dylan Dynan out of Oregon, going to the Giants at number 10. Okay. Next up is the Miami Dolphins.
All right, they're trading this pick. No, sure.
They could.
No, the Dolphins are just an absolute mess. They got so much dead cap on the books. Really, they can. There was talk about them trading a lot of these picks. I don't see them doing that. I just see them going out there and them taking the best available. And the best available is Francis. I don't even know how to say his name.
Yeah, Francis Mauga.
Malagula.
Yeah, Mauga. Yeah, out of Miami.
We'll go with him.
Okay, so Francis Mauga is going to the Miami Dolphins at number 11. And then the last one before I go back on the board is the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. So they always seem to make a mistake when they're drafting, but Jerry Jones is a moron.
Yes.
But it looks like their biggest need is cornerback. And there's 2 cornerbacks right up there. Do we go with the LSU cornerback or the Tennessee cornerback? They like to think they're a little smarter than most teams, so I'm going to have them go with McCoy.
All right, so Jermont McCoy to the Dallas Cowboys at number 12. Woo! That took me a while, but I'm finally back on the board because I will have the next 2 picks, which is the LA Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. So, how'd you feel about having total control of 4 picks?
Good, but I felt like I didn't really help my team the most.
Wow. There you go. But you know what? We'll see what happens come draft day, because this is all bullshit and simulated for right now. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's for certainty. All right. Next up at number 13 is the LA Rams. Now, the Rams, why they're so high is because this pick originally belonged to the Atlanta Falcons from that trade they made last year. I believe his name is James Pierce Jr., if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, something like that. And the Falcons moved back into the first round. This is the pick the Rams got for him. So the Rams, they don't really have a lot of issues per se, but they could definitely use some help because you can't always just throw the ball to Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams is getting up there in age. So it only makes sense to go with the youth movement. So I think with that being said, it's pretty obvious what I'm doing here. So with the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so the Rams need all the help in the world in that position. I mean, I could have had them pick anywhere else, but I think this was the most appropriate pick. So now without further ado, at number 14 is the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, so I have a few ideas what I want to do here. And I think losing Tyler Linderbaum was a pretty big goddamn deal. But, it could all go so many ways with the Ravens. I don't even know how good they're going to be this year. So there's a lot of issues, especially on both sides. So I think for Baltimore, they always go with the best player available. So I think with that being said, with the 14th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Mansour Delani, cornerback out of LSU. How the fuck did this guy slip from all the way from the top 10 all the way to now?
Well, I would have taken him with Dallas, but I always feel like they're morons, and I always think they're smarter than everybody else in the room. So that's why I didn't pick them with Dallas.
So you intentionally fucked them over.
I plead the fifth.
Okay. I love that. Oh, that's great. But guess what? You're back on the board at number 15 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, it looks like let's see, they need a lot of defensive help still. Tight end, there's a tight end on there too, but I don't think they're gonna go tight end. They don't really need offensive tackles, so I think this might be a pick where they go with Falk from Auburn on the edge there.
Yeah, Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. But who the hell knows? So,
who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so earlier in the evening, I had the New York Jets drafting a linebacker at Sonny Styles at number 2. That's a very reachable pick for the Jets, to say the least. But I think they still need some help at wide receiver. They still need help at edge, and they still need help with other needs. So there's a lot that's going on here. So they're really running out of options here. You know what I mean? Like, the Jets are just all over the place. So I think with that being said, with the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana.
All right.
So, yeah, you need a right-hand man for Garrett Wilson. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And plus, the Jets don't really have a lot going on for them right now. So I think maybe having an established wide receiver could very well help them in the case of what they're doing here, you know? I mean, fuck.
Make sure we print this out so we could compare how close we were.
Close enough. I'll make sure of that. Yeah. All right, my man. You're up at number 17 with the Lions.
All right. Well, let's go back to all, because I gotta see all the picks. Well, let's see. They got a ton of options here. So one of their biggest needs is offensive tackle. There's 3 right on the top of the board, and another one towards the bottom. So let's see. They go to Utah, Georgia, Utah again, or Alabama. I think they're going to go with the pedigree here, and they're going to take Monroe Freeling with the draft.
So Monroe Freeling out of Georgia. Yeah, is a Georgia Bulldog. So usually most of them do pretty well in the draft. So, or in the NFL, I should say the least, you know. All right, and now I'm in control of the next 2 picks, which belong to me, with the Vikings and the Panthers. So Minnesota is a complete mess. They missed the playoffs because they were stupid not to pay Sam Darnold, and now they're in this mess. So, and plus JJ McCarthy sucks. So that's
what I want to know. It says needs, and quarterback is not one of them?
Yeah, it says, quarterback is definitely not one of them. Okay, so I guess you know what it is? They have Kyler Murray. That's why.
Like I said, quarterback's not one of them.
Fuck. I mean, there's only so much they can do. I may as well go with their needs here, but who knows? But, yeah, the Vikings have a lot of problems, and they could sure as hell use all the help they could get. So I actually have a perfect player for this position. So with that being said, with the 18th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson.
Peter Woods.
Yep.
He's got a very Minnesota kind of name.
10,000, home of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, and Woods.
Yep. All right. So at number 19 is the Carolina Panthers. And as most of you know, that me and my wife went to Charlotte for Run 32 for the Panthers. Nice stadium, nice city. Team sucks. So there's a lot of issues going on right now with the Panthers, and how they made the playoffs is a mystery. But I think there's a way I can somehow improve the team, and that's by just simply fixing the offensive line. So they could use some help in that position. So without further ado, with the 19th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Carolina Panthers select Spencer Fano, offensive tackle out of Utah. There you go. All right. So, Dame, you're back on the clock at number 20 with the Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers, LA Chargers, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's just keep happening.
Because Tom didn't show up. Because he didn't show up, God damn it.
All right. Since I went off the board the last time with the Cowboys, I won't do it again. They do need some offensive tackle help, so I'm going to go with the best available for them, which is Caleb Lomu.
Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle out of Utah. So back-to-back UTs are in the top 20 in the NFL mock draft. All right. And then
we're up to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So
yep, the Steelers.
Big need is quarterback, but there's no quarterback that I would draft this high after Mendoza. So their second biggest need is a guard. And look, there's somebody available from Penn State, hometown boy, and we're gonna have to draft him.
Okay, so Olavega Loan is going to the Steelers at number 21. On to 22 is the LA Chargers.
All right. LA Chargers. So, unfortunately, they just lost their guard to Pittsburgh. They just took him. You can go edge. We can go defensive tackle. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a big Ohio State draft. So, I like Caden McDonald here.
All right. So, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle out of Ohio State at number 22. The next up is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, this is a tough one here because I could go the 18 guy, the 22. I mean the 25 guy, the 26 guy, but maybe we'll get the first tight end off the board. So they'll go Kenyon Sadiq here.
There you go, Kenyon Sadiq. Well, eventually they're going to have to replace Dallas Goedert, so that makes perfect sense. Eventually, not right now, but eventually they're going to have to take over Dallas Goedert. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he only signed to this coming year and then he's a free agent next spring?
I believe so, yes.
I want to say he is, but only way to find out. All right, so I'm back on the clock at number 24 with the Cleveland Browns. So the last time I had the Browns taking David Bailey so high, because he just somehow kept slipping and slipping and slipping. But you know what? I will say I'm going to give them a little bit of help because there is only so much you could do in this case. So Cleveland is just an interesting scenario for me because they could go anywhere at this point. So I think with
pretty
that
much
being
go
said,
any of those picks.
yeah, pretty much. So with that, without further ado, with the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Cleveland Browns will take Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama. So there you go. So the Browns address a defensive tackle or an edge positional need, and they also get Caden Proctor for some help to protect Shedeur Sanders, even though I'm not very high on the goddamn guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Shedeur Sanders. He's a narcissist. All right,
No,
so you're back.
Either.
Yeah, there's all that. All right, next up is the Chicago Bears. You're back on the clock at number 25.
So they do need some defensive help since they got rid of some players. They also could use a receiver here to replace DJ Moore. Ooh, where to go? I don't know. I think this is where they might take a receiver. and go Casey Concepcion.
Okay. So there you go. Casey Concepcion is going to the Cleveland. I keep saying Cleveland. The Chicago Bears at number 25. All right. So the next one is going to be at number 26, which is the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Bills have a lot of issues that they got to address. They still need a linebacker. They still need a safety. They need another receiver because they've been talking about it for a while. They've been doing a lot of this. And they also need help at defensive end since they moved Greg Russo to outside linebacker. So I think with that being said, I think I know what I'm going to do here. Now that Concepcion is gone, because I think Buffalo would have took him if he was available.
Yep.
Without further ado, with the 26th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Buffalo Bills select C.J. Allen, linebacker out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
They could definitely use a linebacker.
Realistically, I honestly think this could be the pick tomorrow. If anybody else they want is now on the board, you trade down. And I think there's been a lot of talk lately that they may do so. But we'll see. All right. And you will actually take control of the next three once more. You have the San Francisco 49ers, the Houston Texans, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Where to go here? 49ers. So there's no wide receivers. They could go edge here. Man. Slim pickings. Do I go best available? Nah, I think they'll take their need here more so. So I think I'm going to go with Blake Miller, offensive tackle from Clemson.
All right. That seems reasonable. They could use some help because Trent Williams will eventually retire, and they're going to need the help from there. So there's that. All right. And then you're back on the clock again once more with the Texans at number 28.
Yeah, the Texans have such a good defense. Why not give them some more help on defense with Christian Miller, defensive tackle from Georgia?
All right, Christian Miller, back-to-back Millers.
Mm-hmm. Is there a third Miller?
There you go, Miller Lite. There you go. All right, so it is down to the Kansas City Chiefs at number 29.
Yeah, well, they need an edge, and there's an edge that's been there for a little bit now. So they're going to go Hakeem Messidor.
Hakeem Messidor at number 29. And we have just 3 picks left to go. So, all right. So here's my philosophy is I'm taking over the Miami Dolphins and the Patriots, by the way. Damien will get the last one, which is Seattle. But the next 2 are mine. So the Miami Dolphins are such a mess. I don't even know where the hell they're going to begin from here. And to be honest, you need a starting point. Yeah, Malik Willis isn't going to cut it. Everyone knows that. You also need a receiver. Okay, you lost out on Jalen Waddle. You also cut half your team, which why you're stuck in cap hell for a while. So I think the most important need is what are they going to do? What are they going to address? What could they do to start as like a roundup to say, hey, come to our games? And I know just a player for this pick. So without further ado, I'm drawing another bomb. With the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL mock draft, the Miami Dolphins select Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. Yep, I'm going there. I'm going Ty Simpson with the Miami Dolphins. Because let's be honest, they need a goddamn quarterback. Malik Willis is not going to cut it, and Zach Wilson is not going to cut it.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. I was expecting a reaction, but I guess not. So,
well, I told you what my reaction was with the Dolphins. I think they're just going to take best available on the board. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting you took a quarterback.
Well, I mean, like I said, they could really use the help, but we'll see what happens. So we're down to our final 2 picks, and once again, I am back another year with the New England Patriots. And the Patriots just got Romeo Doubs. They're supposed to get A.J. Brown, so I'm not even going to give them a wide receiver because they're getting A.J. Brown in June. So what I am going to do is I'm going to help them out on defensive tackles a little bit. It's on the defensive side of the ball. So without further ado, with the 31st pick and the representing AFC champion New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, they will select, what's his face? I just saw it. There it is. Zion Young, defensive end out of Missouri. He's going number 31 to the Patriots. And I saved the best for last for you, Dame, at number 32, the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, you just took my edge that I was going to take for their pick. I wouldn't take a running back here, even though they could definitely use some help there. So let's see. It's so tempting for a wide receiver here, but they don't really need a wide receiver.
They don't need one.
I guess I'll have to go with Colton Hood here.
Okay, makes sense. Pair him up with Devin Witherspoon, and there you go. And that is your 2026 NFL mock draft results. So
overall draft grade A-.
Yeah, so they said the Ravens had the best draft out of everybody with, Mansour Delaney. So
yeah, because he slid down.
Who do you think stood out to you?
Let me see. I do think the Giants are going to take Tate with the 5th. I'm hoping they can get better value at 10 than what I drafted, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants go defense with the 5th pick, but then Tate's not going to be available at the 10th. So I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, the Chiefs look good too, with 2 edge rushers.
God damn it! I just realized that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Damn. I think for me, the one that really stood out to me, there's 2 of them. I'm going to say the LA Rams taking Mekhi Lemon. I think this to me makes the most sense because, again, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua are going to be a tandem for a little bit longer. And then Devontae Adams will eventually retire. Puka is going to get paid. So in case it goes south, you go and get his replacement, which I think makes the most sense with Mekhi Lemon. But I think the one
I think so too. But if the Giants go defense with the 5th pick and Tate's gone by the 10th, I think with the 10th pick, the Giants will take Lemon. So I don't know if he'll slide all the way down to 13. It just depends how it plays out.
I agree. But I think another team that I think is going to really make a lot of noise tomorrow is going to be Arizona. Because that, to me, I think is going to make or break the draft. Because the Jets, I think most people are acknowledging they're going to take a defensive player at number 2 at minimum. Most people are saying Arnell Reese. Arnell Reese could be up there at number 2 for all we know. And then,
Oh, Tom's here. He's in the waiting room.
Sitting here the whole time. God damn.
Yeah, I have been, man. Welcome back.
Where the fuck have you been?
Sorry, I actually had to run and do a couple things unexpectedly. But first, and we might have a special guest coming on a little bit later for you, too, that you haven't seen in a while.
What is it, my fan club?
You could say that, but in the meantime, first off, nice draft. Second off, welcome back. And then here we go, man, because it's been a while. Gonna take this shot for you. So got a nice little bottle here.
I got a beer.
Maker's Mark. So so we'll do that, man. So welcome back.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I missed you guys. It's been 7 fucking weeks since I last been on the show. And this whole time, Dame and I were like, where the hell is Tom? And then you just told everybody. And I'm not going to lie. I genuinely thought that you, fell asleep. Because sometimes when you're tired. Yeah, there you go, Dame. I was right.
I did, man. But it was a long day, too.
God damn. Yeah. I was waiting for you to come back so I wouldn't be able to do your picks. But here we are.
That's all right.
Let me know what you think.
It's all good.
How we did with the draft.
Yeah, overall, I mean, I think it's pretty straight on.
There you go. So
yeah, we got an A-.
That being said, we're going. Yeah, of all the teams, Baltimore got an A- in that mock draft. I have them taking a defensive back, but I'll send the link later, Dame, if you want to see the results of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, and we actually have some comments before we get into the second half. And all over Jay says, good hearing from you, Bobby. Welcome back, bro. Thanks, Jay. And the Bills select Denzel Boston. Although I was going to originally take Concepcion, but this douchebag decided to fucking take him with the Chicago Bears. And then everyone, Bobby is a Carolina Panther fan. He's lying.
I don't know. You know how the draft goes anyway, man. It's going to all play out so different. So
they all do usually. But
you know, there was a couple picks where if I picked something different, the other team would have done something different. So it's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm. It's usually how it works, especially in the draft. Fuck. Tom, did you miss me though?
Yeah, we did, and it was interesting. I mean, we had some fun moments on here with you being gone, but at the same time, it's nice to have you back. And of course, it's kind of absolutely hilarious that I fell asleep during the first 40 minutes of our damn show, but or first like half hour or so. But it is what it is. Just log day, but no, it's nice to have everybody back finally. You being back, and of course. I just want to say, how's fatherhood been treating you the first 7 weeks?
Fatherhood in the first 7 weeks have been an absolute blessing. And I will tell you for sheer confidence that my son Maverick was born mid-March on the 8th. I told you guys that in private.
Right.
And he's been a blessing for me. And it's more just about just getting accustomed to life changes and things like that. And, I'll still be on the show, but it probably won't be as long, because at least in my appearance, than I normally wouldn't be accustomed to. But it's been good. He's been getting a lot of exercise. He's been feeding very well, and I'm going to tell you this straightforward: he actually is starting to look exactly like me, which is really scary.
That's terrifying.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely got to introduce you to him one day when I get a chance.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
And I know at some point, I'll be seeing you guys in person, obviously. So I mean, there'll be that. But it was just it was interesting actually. It was the other night I actually was going back through some of our old Road to 32 stuff. So it was just kind of funny looking back on some of it.
What'd you find?
Just rewatching some of the stuff from Pittsburgh and all that because of the draft coming up this week, coming up tomorrow night. So just rewatched some of that, and then rewatched. Yeah, and then of course I rewatched our Seattle episodes too. So that was fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. So no, it was a good time though, and good to see you back. So it was all set, and then just had to take the shot obviously because that was that. Plus our little special guest will be here in about 15 minutes, so I'm giving you a heads up there. I'm not telling you who it is, but someone who wanted to come on and say hi and congratulations with fatherhood. So.
Oh, thank you. Whoever it is, I appreciate them coming on to throw me a bone on that. So What I think we're going to probably do is, because dumbass here decided to come 40 minutes late, we're probably going to go to commercial, and then we're going to probably just discuss the bracket for the Stanley Cup, since it started so goddamn late. Considering, regular season didn't end till Thursday. The bracket came out on Friday, and people only had like a day and a half to really break down their bracket. So I figured let's go around the room and just kind of give our predictions, and then wrap the show from there. So with that being said, we're back in a few minutes with the official, Stanley Cup bracket. So with that being said, we'll see you in a bit.
This episode of I-86 After Dark is brought to you by the Long Island Bills backers. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan living on Long Island, there's only one place to be on game day. Instant Replay in Huntington Station, New York, with 56 TVs, 4 pool tables, and an atmosphere that feels just like Orchard Park. You'll never miss a snap. Grab one of their delicious burgers, sink your teeth into their award-winning wings, or try their stacked sandwiches. There's something for everyone. So join the Long Island Bills backers this season and be part of the biggest Bills family on the island. Check out their Facebook group or just scan the QR code in our show notes to get connected. Go Bills!
All right, welcome back to I-86 After Dark, everybody. We got the entire crew back here. Of course, obviously, I missed the first half, but hey, Ginger Hammer's back here in the house. We got Buffalo Bob here from back from paternity leave, and then we got Dame here with us. So, of course, welcome back. Obviously, if you guys miss anything, you can watch our previous episodes on Spotify or YouTube. And then, of course, real quick, too, just want to give a shout out to our friends at Nickel City Crew, Rob and DT. They're going to be on Friday night, so check them out if you didn't get a chance to see their Season 6 premiere. Definitely watch it. It's some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? They've been really helpful with us in terms of trying to get, viewerships and trying to get content out there for the Bills. And I know that's their cup of tea, but with us, we're all over the map. We're all over, the place. But you know what? Because it is hockey and we are discussing it, I figured I throw on this little hat on and kind of go from there. Just like old times.
All right. Sounds good. So obviously Stanley Cup playoffs are underway, and they ended up getting started late last week. One of the big things, obviously, I know, Bobby, you were pissed off about is, and same thing with you, Dame, is that the Islanders didn't make it at the end, but the Sabres are in, except they shit the bed last night. So that's how that whole thing went. But
yeah,
I will tell you, game one against the Bruins, the fact that we were down 2-0 initially, I mean, it was a couple bad bounces, but Sabres still came back. In fact, we out hit them. We outscored them. I mean, hits were led 53-38. Scoring, we were up 38-20. We ended up coming back to win 4-3 that game. I mean, things went very well. But then last night, obviously, it was a completely different story. UPL lets in 2 shit goals. Never got out of his head. We're down 4-0 at the beginning of the third. And then, of course, he finally got pulled for Alex Lyon, and Alex Lyon was actually able to keep us, in the game somewhat. And we did start to make somewhat of a comeback. We ultimately lost 4-2, but all I could say is those goals that UPL let in yesterday, especially the one from fucking center ice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
well, I mean, what are they going to do now?
hell?
Now there's a goaltending controversy. Are they going to go back to UPL, or are they going to stick with Alex Lyon?
No, stick with Alex Lyon at this point. I think he's actually been the more consistent goaltender all season, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. And the Sabres have to get back to using the speed, and they have to out-hit.
Well, I was going to say was, why did the Sabres use Lyon in the first game or the second game for that matter?
Well, I think part of it, they wanted to go with UPL just because Lyon was just coming back from an injury. So that was one of the reasons why he was out. But when Lyon was in last night in the third period, I thought he looked fine.
Well, I guess there has to be some sort of boost coming from, the Sabres foot, in Saberland. They got to get something going here.
Yeah, they do. And they can't be playing like they did last night because, obviously, they started coming back in the third period, but they cannot let Boston get that early lead, and they have to get off to that quick start because the bottom line is Boston, they want to take out the Sabres so bad. And you look at what happened, especially as we got into the third period, how Malenstein's knees got taken out. So it was just a total cheap shot. They went right for the knees.
Oh, yeah. I used to love those hip checks back in the day, but they're definitely dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My boy Kasperitis back in the day.
Yes.
But yeah, the Sabres have been feeding off the home crowd a lot, especially when they were like, even in the last game when they scored the quick 2 and made it 4-2, the crowd was back in it. They were really feeding off of that. But now I'm interested to see what's going to happen when the series shifts to Boston and they don't have that advantage anymore, how they're going to respond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, at least the Sabres have been pretty good on the road for the most part this season. So hopefully if you can get a split in Boston, then hey, that's good. If you can actually somehow take 2 in Boston, that's even better. But the bottom line is that the Bruins on paper, the only thing that they have the edge on is the physicality side. The Sabres own them on the speed. They're able to use their quickness. They let Boston dictate that game, and that's the big problem. And it's like, you can't be doing that.
Well, that's what I felt like Lindy Ruff's game plan was. was to try to come out and match Boston's physicality, which I felt was a mistake. That's an advantage that they have. Let them have that advantage. I'm not saying don't hit,
Right.
but use what you have to your advantage. And one thing that is killer that the Sabres have that Boston does not have is speed. So use it. And it just seemed like, especially in that last game, they just stopped skating.
Yeah.
There was many times where they just didn't skate. And it was very frustrating.
Right. And then how about this power play, which has been total crap? Like,
I know. It's like, did they hire the Islanders coach for that?
Yeah. Seth, it's like, what the hell is Seth Epper doing behind the bench with the power play? He fucking sucks.
Yeah, because my buddy.
Now you know how me
bad
and Damien felt about the Islanders power play.
Yeah, I was like, it can't be worse than the Islanders power play. And then I was like, oh, well, actually, it might be.
Yeah. Was it 0 for 29 or something crazy? It's like, come on. It's like, if you're going to be in the box, I mean, at least, work to kill the power play, which for the most part they have. But it's like, you're not capitalizing on the power play whatsoever, especially when Boston was in the box. And then, of course, when we look at one instance yesterday, how we had the 2 minutes when we had that one scrum, and basically we ended up going 5-on-4 because Boston took the extra minor penalty. Those are times you got to capitalize on that. You got to get pucks on the net and you got to score. I mean, you can't just let Boston dictate how everything's going to take place in the neutral zone, and you can't let Boston control your own zone.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at that point. So, Tom, just to capitalize on something, congratulations. The Sabres power play is now just, if not worse than the Islanders power play. Is Ray Bennett now your assistant coach? Is he will now call all the shots?
All I can say is I pray to God we do something real quick, because all I know is Eppert has done nothing. When we had Matt Ellis behind the bench, he did nothing. It's like, come on. It's just absolutely pathetic.
And they're relying very, very heavily on Tage Thompson right now.
Right.
To carry them.
Oh. And it's like, Thompson can only do so
that's
much.
Totally going to help them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that's going to totally help them out at that point.
Right. Yeah, it's just one of them things, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just absolutely brutal. So, yeah, that power play is something else, but
absolutely.
Yeah. But I do like the fact, at least in game one, at least the Sabres were physical and they did set the tone. And it's fine. Go ahead and hit Boston. Hit them plenty of times. That's totally good. But don't forget the skate. That's exactly what happened. They forgot to skate. They let Boston own it. And basically, they tried pulling one of those things last night where it's like, oh, yeah, we'll finally come back. It's only the third period. We've got plenty of time. It's like, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
That sounds like the Islanders playbook.
I mean, basically, I mean, it's funny because, like, I was watching this Sabres game, and I was like, game one, I was in complete awe about how they played, and they were phenomenal. And then game two, it's like they just went back to playing as if they were shit in the last 15 years. It's like, and people always say to me, like, do you ever regret leaving the Sabres after you left the Islanders fanhood? I left the Sabres fanhood for the Islanders. I'm like, no, because how do I know they're not a one-year wonder bread? And that game solidified my case, because I'm just like, well, how do we know that they're not going to be consistently this good moving forward? I mean, yeah, it's a learning curve and they're going to get better, but it's like, you only have so much to play for at that point. But I feel like the Sabres are literally playing with house money at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's just the thing I'm worried about. It's like they have got to make sure that no matter what happens at this point, they have to set the tone early. They have to set the direction early, and they cannot get into a point where they're having to be in the penalty box so often, because Boston knows how to go ahead and score on the power play. They know how to make it work. They know that's going to be one of the only opportunities that they have where they can actually do something. And right now, because when you're on an even 5-on-5, if the Sabres are actually doing what they're supposed to do and they're actually outskating Boston, Boston has no chance. That's why they're trying to resort to being physical and taking out the knees of players like Malenstein. And then, of course, you ended up watching last night how they tried going after Tage Thompson at one point. So it's like that's the thing that Boston's going to resort to. They're a bigger team. They're a stronger team. But the Sabres have to use the speed. And they have to outwork them. And that's going to be the case like anytime we go throughout the remainder of the playoffs. Like, let's say they beat Boston. What's going to happen next? They're going to either have to meet Carolina, or they're going to have to the matchup of whoever wins that Carolina series, or they're going to have to meet whoever wins the Montreal Tampa series. In either case, they have to be ready for it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely those
playoffs,
two
you can't
goals
fuck
were just
around like that.
backbreakers.
Yeah, like those two
It's
goals
like Bane
last
breaking
night.
Batman's back.
Yeah. And it's like literally like the two goals that happened last night, unacceptable. You can't let those types of bounces happen, especially the second one from center ice from Geeky. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that one was weird. It's like I don't know what UPL was thinking on that, but you got to make yourself big. You got to get square to the puck. He's like trying to play it from the side, and it just squeaks by him.
Yeah. And he was completely out of position. That's the thing that was even worse about it. He was so out of position. I mean, that puck, like, even if he was like further out, there's no way he's going to be squaring up to it. And it's like, come on, UPL. It's like, that's going to be one of those things that happens from time to time. And I think what happened is that goal especially got into his head, because then you look at what happened on the next two, and especially how Boston scored very early in the third period. Yep. He just never shook it off.
No, it was very clear that he just lost his mojo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing that I don't like from him in a lot of cases, is that he once he lets that bad break get into his head, I mean, that's it. He just doesn't get over it.
No, and that's not going to be good for the team moving forward.
No, definitely not. So I'm glad that Lyon's back. I mean, he bailed us out, and at least we didn't get any more scored against us, especially when it came into the third period. But if I'm Lindy Ruff right now, I start Alex Lyon game 3.
There you go. I that's probably the best idea that Lindy would probably have in a while. At least that's what I think, is that's what they should do.
100%.
Yeah. So I think with that being said, because we haven't heard any opinions from you, Tom, in the last week since, the draft, pretty much came underway, or not the draft, since the bracket came out, Damien and I kind of have an answer of what we're going to do. And I figured let's do a Stanley Cup bracket together, because that's what the second half is mostly about. So I figured let's go around the table, because You know what? Because I got about 25 minutes left and I don't want to kill time. So I think with that being said, let's get right into it. So, Damien, let's do you first, buddy. So let's do Colorado and LA first. Oh, my God. You did not bring Fitz in here, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God damn it. Fuck! I can't get away from this guy. I can't
hear anything.
God damn it.
We can hear you, Luffy. How's it going, man?
Luffy.
Hold on. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm trying to figure it out.
What's going on? It's just meaning a wheat toast.
Oh shit! Here we go. All right.
There we go.
There we are.
What's going on, guy?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
Good. We were actually just about to do a Stanley Cup bracket, as I'm going to be heading out in 20 minutes and shift the mic to Tom and Damien. But I figured let's do our Stanley Cup bracket. We didn't even just started yet because, I've been kind of absent, and it's my first show in 7 weeks.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How long has it been since I've been here?
Wow. You're deployed, man. so
real well.
Yeah, we're good. We're doing good in general, and I'm finally back. And Tom said that he said, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you who it is," and then I'm like, "Oh, God damn it, it's Fitz."
My name that man. He wouldn't know who it was at first.
Yeah. But no, it's funny actually. Me and Luffy here got to chat for a while the other night, so it was all good. And I'm like, hey, let's surprise Bobby by bringing him back for the first time in a while. Since I know he's home, he had some personal things going on he had to take care of, and he's back home for at least another week, and then he's redeploying. But no, it's
Back
all
to
good.
good old Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv.
Yeah, he's over in the war zone.
Well, there's that. But I think with that being said, Damien, do you want to go first between Colorado and LA? And we'll go around the table.
Yeah, I was just trying to pull up my bracket here. All right.
You have receipts.
I do. I have receipts here. So I don't think this is really going to be much of a matchup. I do have the Kings taking maybe a game. So I have Colorado 4-1 in this series.
So, Avs at 5. Okay. Fitz, how about you?
I'd say 4-2 for the Avs.
Okay, so that's in 6. Tom, what about you?
All right, I'm thinking Kings might be able to get that second game, so I would say still Colorado in 6 overall.
Okay, so everybody's saying 5 and 6. I'm saying that's a sweep for Colorado. I think they're done after 2 games. And then we have
the Kings already won a game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Right?
Sounds about right.
I think they'll fluke one out, but I don't think 1 or 2. But I don't think they're going to fucking put up a fight at all. But
yeah, we'll see. And then we got Dallas, Minnesota.
See, that was a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota in 7.
I had Dallas in 6.
Tom?
Yeah.
I still think Dallas could technically take it in 6, but Minnesota is not going to make it easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think Dallas in 6.
Dallas in 6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm the lone wolf in this one. And then we
Sounds
have...
about right.
I'm fine with that. Vegas and Utah. That's going to be an interesting series.
No, it's going to be Vegas, but I'm going to say, what's the series at now?
It's 1 apiece.
Tied up at 1
apiece, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Vegas in 6.
Okay. Dave, how about you?
This is where I went off the board, so I took Utah in 7.
Ooh. Okay.
I think Vegas has kind of struggled, especially, they brought in some people at the trade deadline and it hasn't really worked out for them.
Yeah,
so I think this is the first year they're actually struggling a little bit.
Yeah, fuck Marner. That's all I got to
say. All right. Utah, I was impressed with what they did and how they clawed back. So, do I think Vegas ultimately still wins it? Yes, but it's not going to be easy. And originally, I was thinking Vegas probably in 5, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to say I think Vegas still wins it, but I think it's going to be 7.
I didn't think. The only thing I think about the most is like Logan Cooley. Like that kid is fucking unreal.
Oh yeah, that he's unreal. I love Logan Cooley. That guy's a stud.
He could be a difference changer. I could put my foot in my mouth for saying Vegas is going to win, but
yeah, I'm going to take Vegas at 5 just because I think they have experience, and Torts is not going to allow that to go 7.
Okay.
By the way, how do Torts and fucking Jack Eichel get along? Like Jesus Christ, he's a whiny little bitch.
Right.
But how are Torts and Eichel getting along? But yet they still have Mitch Marner on the team. That's crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. It's fucking chaos. It's retarded.
All right.
Yeah. Then we have Edmonton and Anaheim.
All right, so Edmonton's up 1-0 so far in that series. I would just for laughs, I would love to see Anaheim take it in 6.
Anaheim in 6. Okay.
Yeah, I had Anaheim in 6 before the series started, but I mean Anaheim's kind of inexperienced, but Edmonton just chokes. all the time.
Yeah. See, my issue with Edmonton is like, oh yeah, you get a great offense, and your goaltending always fails you though. So I'm gonna say Anaheim in 6.
Okay, then that leaves me to think I'm going to take the Oilers in 6, just because. I mean, it's hard to debate against Edmonton considering they went to the Cup 2 years in a row, and they lost both times, but that's still experience, and they know how to get to them.
But it's always the goaltending. It's always fucking goaltending. I don't think this time is gonna be any different.
Well, I mean, I
Tristan
agree.
Jarry.
Tristan Jarry sucks. That dude.
He was
sucked.
great. We loved him as an Islander fan. He helped us out so many times playing for Pittsburgh.
Right.
I just don't. The thing I don't understand is like it's the worst goalie swap of all time. Like I don't understand like what you were trying to do.
Right, Jarry for Skinner. It's like, come on.
I don't understand.
It was like a change of scenery kind of thing, hoping that it would work out for either side. But
yeah, and it didn't. Not at all.
Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Oh, I was gonna say, for old time's sake, Luffy, what kind of weed you got tonight? If you're smoking any?
It's a sativa. I don't even know what the fuck it is, to be honest.
I had a sativa on 420, man. Ooh, it was
nice. I got some kind of sativa like hybrid mix, and it's like, it's kicking my ass right now.
Yeah, my daughter put Love Island on, and I ended up watching it for like 5 fucking straight hours.
And you probably did. And you probably didn't even know you were watching it. You're just like,
the next day, I was like, oh man, I was high as fuck yesterday, and my daughter was like, I didn't even know you dropped an edible. I'm like, we watched Love Island for 5 fucking hours.
Yeah. I've been in those situations where, I'm sitting on the couch just watching like, some random stupid show with my daughter, and I'm just like, what happened to the last like 6 hours? Why aren't you in bed? And she's like, oh, Dad, but you were just sitting there.
Yeah, time just flies. Time just flies by like it's 5 minutes.
Right. It's fun. I got my THC edible in the other room here if I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's some strong stuff. It's at least 10%. So I'm like, all right, if I want to pass out and not know what's going on, like earlier.
No, this shit is way too strong nowadays.
Oh, this stuff here that I'm smoking right now, it's like 45% THC.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like it kicks you like a fucking mule. We'll say.
Right. It just reminds me, actually, I just had a weed dispensary. It just opened up right around the corner from my house that went in some old Mexican restaurant. I'm like, hey, all right, it's all good. But then, of course, the fun thing is where I live, I'm only like not even 10 minutes from the Indian reservation. Every single gas station has a weed shop in there.
This one here is called Cookies and Cream.
Nice.
In that city.
Nice. Yeah.
So eating lots of cookies after I smoke it, I guess.
Right. It's like the edible I have is like chocolate flavored. I'm like, hey, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't do edible too often. It makes me like sink into the couch and not move for a day.
Right.
That's the best part.
Yeah. Well, it's the most relaxing part. What do you call it? Indica, right? It's in the couch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. Yeah, I'll have to check out that place called Flavor Factory right around the corner from me. Maybe at some point, see what they got. But I know on the reservation, if anyone wants flour, it's like $50 an ounce.
Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, here in Canada, like you have like, I don't even know where you can go around the corner. It doesn't have a weed dispensary nowadays. Like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep,
like
Tim Hortons and weed shops.
Yeah, basically that's it. And beer stores, but
right. Yeah. It's like the one place I like to get gas on the reservation. It's like it's like full service, like at least for the majority of the day. They're like, hey, what do you want? It's like, and tell them it's like, hey, want an ounce of flour? It's like, okay, we'll bring it out to you.
Yeah, would you like a pre-rolled up? What? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the first Tim Hortons / cannabis dispensary together.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic. You just go in and smoke a blunt.
That's great business for both sides.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, grab your coffee and then grab your blunt and you're all set.
Yeah.
Couple dozen donuts.
Yeah.
It's a great selling point. Munchies and weed. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So, good stuff, man. We missed you, man. We always that was like one of the things on the old show. We always had to kick it off by asking them the type of weed and all that stuff. And I think a lot of us learned about weed on that show. So,
Oh, dude, I had to lay off for a bit because they kind of frown upon it. When you go overseas, you can't really
yeah,
indulge that much.
right.
But still did. You can find weed anywhere if you're smart enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All righty. So let's see what everyone says about the Eastern Conference. So we have Buffalo versus Boston.
I feel like this side was way more competitive.
Well, it's the hardest division in the fucking league.
Right. A lot of close matchups for sure. And I mean, and you look what happened, especially with the Tampa Montreal series. And how about that one fight last night?
You know what? Montreal's not gonna last. Fuck them. Fuck Montreal. Fuck Boston too. But
yeah, that was something else watching that last night. I will tell you that. But I would say for the first series, we'll talk about Buffalo and Boston. I do think ultimately Buffalo will take it. It's probably going to be 6 games, but if Buffalo does what they did last night, they ain't going to win anything.
see, I agree. You're young, inconsistent, and you're not playoff ridden. So I'm gonna say Boston in 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have Boston in 6 for the same reason. I just feel like Boston's
they're grizzled bets
playoff ready, even though the Sabres are clearly the better team on paper. I don't know. Just can't get past that playoff experience.
Yeah, and this goes back to the goaltending too again, right? UPL is not a bad goalie, but he's not tried and tested in the playoffs. He's not.
Right.
He hasn't experienced that before. So
yeah, and especially after last night, having it get into his head. I mean, it's just
and that's
I'm not sold on UPL.
And that's what they'll do, man. They can't beat them in speed, but they can beat them in mind games and beat them in fucking basically just mind games, right? And the hitting aspect of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Buffalo in 6 games, but we'll see where that goes. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bruins win the series, but I think Buffalo has the edge just because they're a younger team than Boston. But Boston is a bit retweaked their team a bit, so I think with that in mind, I mean, goaltending's been oblivious, but I think the Sabres can easily flip the switch and they just stick with Lyon. But I'm taking the Sabres in 6 games.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. And then we have the Lightning and the Canadiens.
Well, fuck the Scabs. And
yep.
I'll say, what is it? It's 1-1 right now, right?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Mm-hmm. Geez, you know much? It pains me to say this. I say the Canadiens in 6.
I agree.
I had Canadians in 6 also, only because they're a young, fast team. They're hungry. They got a lot of good young talent. And I feel like Tampa Bay is kind of on the downslide a little bit.
Yeah, they're just a little too old, and they don't have that same grit that they've had for the last few years. Corey Perry's still there, but he's not really doing shit. So,
yeah, that's true. So I'm taking the Canadiens in 6 games. Tom, what about you?
Yeah, I do think the Canadiens will take the series, and I was also thinking 6. But
consensus.
But I will say this though, I would not be surprised. Tampa is going to get even more physical, and that's one of the things that they have to do to try to make it work out for them. Because
but that's the one thing. That's the one thing Montreal is doing good though. They're matching their hits, and they're matching their, and they're fighting, and they're standing up for teams. I don't know. Even the Slavkovsky thing the other night when they fought Hagel, right?
Right.
That's the last player on the fucking ice I thought was going to, pick a fight with fucking Hagel.
Right. Or how about that Kucherov hit the other night?
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? So it could go either way. We could be completely wrong on this one, but.
Yeah, and I mean, there was actually a pretty good line brawl during that game too. Same thing.
So we're going to get more gritty. It's a fun series to watch. I've watched the last couple games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then of course, I mean, with Montreal, I mean, they're going to outskate Tampa, and I think
Oh,
offensively,
absolutely.
I mean, they're going to totally annihilate them when it comes to that. So, I mean, it's kind of similar to Buffalo and Boston, where Montreal on paper they've got the speed and they have that offense, and they're the team. If I'm the Buffalo Sabres, I don't want Montreal to win the series because Montreal can easily match Buffalo on paper, and actually, Montreal has beaten us during the regular season.
Well, and then plus, like, you got like fucking players like Lane Houston. Like, I'm telling you that kid's like the next Cal McCarr, man. I'm telling you, he is.
Yeah, Montreal is a dangerous team to watch right now, and if
Mhm.
they can keep it going and they're clicking on all cylinders, they realistically could do some serious damage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And what's scary about Montreal is they have one of the best young farm systems too.
Oh yeah.
Still coming up.
Believe me, being a Leafs fan, I'm telling you, this is the worst thing I ever could have thought of.
Mhm.
This is the
Right.
worst thing. This is the worst.
Yeah, and their goaltending's been fine. So I mean, just thinking about how they are all around, I mean, they are a sneaky good team.
Yeah, and you have like like you said, the goaltender, like Dobbs or whatever the fuck his name is.
Mhm.
He's a really fucking good goalie, man. He's so underrated, and people think he's a mediocre goalie, but I'm like, man, like he's actually a really good goalie.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we got Ottawa and Carolina. I'm taking Canes in 5 here.
I have Canes in 5. I have Senators maybe eking out a win, maybe.
I think anybody who thinks Ottawa is going to pull off an upset are out of their fucking minds.
No, Ottawa's not coming back. They've been total ass so far throughout the series, and I mean, they're lucky if they get a win. But honestly, right now, I would not be surprised if Carolina sweeps them in 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It's the only series I'll say that Carolina's going to sweep them.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And then the last one is, God, it kills me to say this, me and Dame, is the Battle of Pennsylvania. The Penguins and the Flyers.
Ooh.
Hopefully they both die.
What are you? They're at 1-2-0 for Philly, or is it 1-1?
Oh,
It's,
it's 2-0.
I think it's 2-0 for Philly.
It's 2-0 for Philly, and it's going to soon be 3-0 because they're up 3-1 the third period against the Flyers.
Maybe I'll go with like, I don't know. I'll give the Penguins 1, I guess. I'll say 4-1.
I mean, I had the Penguins in 7 before obviously the game started, so I'll stay with that. But
I wasn't expecting Pittsburgh to lie down and die like this, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Penguins at 6, but I mean the Flyers. I mean, not the Penguins at 6. I had the Flyers at 6. That's what I meant to say. Philadelphia at 6. Pittsburgh is too old. I know for a fact that they were not going to win that series. Philly is just so much younger, and they're faster, and they're stronger than Pittsburgh. So all in all, I'm taking the Flyers at 6.
Who's even playing in net for Philly? I don't even fucking know.
For Philly, like on the roster in general, or
who's playing in net? Or like,
oh God, for goalies is Dan Vlader.
Villard.
Well, people down here call him Dan Vlader or Darth Vlader down here.
Yeah, so it's like Dan Villard, I think his name is. But yeah, I know who he is. I just didn't know he was a starter.
Yeah, well, it's the Flyers. I don't know why anybody would think that they would have a consistent goaltender. I think the last one was Ron Hextall. You can't count Briz because he wasn't there for the entire term, and Martin Jones doesn't count. So there's that.
Well, but James Embiid's broke Ben. He was like a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Flyers need a goaltender, and I know they're winning the series against Pittsburgh, but Philly's got a lot of problems as far as
I don't think they'll go any further in the first round, but like the way they're walking over Pittsburgh is kind of hilarious, to be honest. But
yeah. And I was gonna say, even going back to the regular season, I mean, Pittsburgh had a lot of struggles, especially early on, and me and Bobby saw a game in person when the Leafs just absolutely smoked them.
Oh, Jesus, that's a rare occasion that we didn't do that all season. Like, fuck, what the fuck
No,
do we
no,
do?
No, the
they
game we
smoked them.
no, the game that we went to, Fitz, was against the Leafs of all teams.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's funny too. We actually saw some Leafs fans get kicked out of there in the upper deck, but
You saw some Leafs fans getting kicked out there.
But no, like literally when we were at that game, the Leafs just smoked them. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
was it like a 7-2 final or something? I remember
something like that.
Okay, maybe I remember that game. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh's defense was just total ass, and they did absolutely nothing all night. And literally, I mean, Matthews showed up, and for all intents and purposes, the Leafs just owned them.
It's also a rare occasion when Matthews shows up.
Yeah. So I think in general, so we all pretty much had the Flyers to win the series, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. So I think with that being said, before we wrap up, let's have one quick fire round. Is who do we have going to the Cup? Starting with Fitz. Who do you have going to the Stanley Cup?
Oh, Jesus. The Maple Leafs? I'm joking.
Oh, God.
Fuck. I'm gonna say Colorado. And yeah, I'm gonna say Colorado.
And who would they play? Who would they play?
Hold on, I'm thinking. Jeez, he put me on the spot here.
Yeah. You should have went with somebody else.
All right, fine.
Come back to me. Come back.
Fine. Damien, go on next. Who you got for the Cup?
I have Colorado going into the Cup against the Canadians, and Colorado's going to win the Cup.
Okay. Tom, what about you?
Definitely think Colorado out in the West. They're just too good of a team right now. And then, as much as I pain to say it, I don't think the Sabres are going to get all the way there because they're just not. I don't think they're there yet. I could see Carolina versus Colorado, honestly, and in that case, I would hope that the Avs just whoop their ass.
Okay. And then for me, I have a very bold prediction. I have Vegas and Montreal for the Stanley Cup, and Vegas wins it.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
Yep. And I'll tell you why. There's two words to this. President's Trophy. Colorado won it. They're not winning the Stanley Cup this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Vegas. They're the second best option in that conference. Unless somehow Utah beats them, then maybe my opinion will change, but we'll see. All right, Fitz. So who do you have for the Cup? You said Colorado, and who else? Jesus, by the time he gives us an answer, I'll be finished with the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
He melted into the couch.
Yeah, I think he did. Is it really that hard? It's not math. Jesus Christ.
Well, we know it ain't gonna. We know it's not gonna be the Penguins. I mean, we can pretty much say that. And it sure as hell ain't gonna be Ottawa.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Whatever. Oh no, he's back. Fuck.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyways, I picked Boston over Buffalo, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna go out on a massive limb here and say Colorado versus Boston, and Colorado wins.
Colorado, Boston. I like that matchup.
Wow. Okay.
I like that matchup. And I said Vegas, Montreal. Damien said Colorado, Montreal. And you said Carolina, Colorado. And you said Colorado, Boston. So I think that's pretty much the prediction for the time being until we're all completely proven wrong by round.
Well, it's probably going to be every other team that we're not picking, and that's usually the way it goes.
Right.
More than likely.
Don't follow me for gambling advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing. Like you just a gamble. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what DraftKings has for the odds right now.
Yeah.
I know Boston's the, if I bet on Boston to win the cup right now, I'm probably going to be a millionaire tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah, for certainty. So I think with that being said, is I got to start wrapping up. I got to go get my son and put him to bed. But I think with that being said, is there any last minute comments before you guys want to say before we wrap up the show tonight?
No, the Mets fucking suck still.
Oh God, yeah, lost 12 in a row.
Fuck the Mets. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And fuck you, Bobby, by the way.
For what?
No, just because. I say it all the time.
Just because. It was just a because fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck you too. How about that? But with that being said,
I'm like the Islanders shit the bed, and then it goes right into baseball season, and now the Mets have lost 12 straight. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, even the Jays are doing better than the Mets. Like, what's up with that?
I have no idea.
We won 3 in a row, I think.
it's a long story.
Yeah. I was going to say, you see how Frank the Tank ended up blowing up on Barstool?
You know what the thing is, though? It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, even when you buy your team, you can't buy your season right. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And even then, like, fuck. I could talk about that for fucking an hour. To be like, the Jays should have won that. The Jays should have won that. Fuck the Dodgers.
Yeah. All right, boys. I gotta hit the road. It was good seeing you, Vince. Guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Dame, you know what to do from here. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. All right. Take it easy, guys.
All right.
Yeah, you do.
All right. So I was gonna say with the last little bit, I mean, we really kind of talked about almost everything tonight, but was there anything else you guys wanted to jump into or any other things in the sports world you want to talk about before we would just wrap up all together?
I'm good.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I could have lots to talk about with my Leafs for the playoffs, but they're not there, so I'm just gonna battle that one.
Yeah, I gotcha. And
the Ginger was the only one that had a team in the playoffs.
Yeah, and hope we'll see what happens with Game 3 in Boston. So it's just, if we can get a split, that's good. But if we play anything like we did last night, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, but even the first game, like playing from behind, right? They can't play from behind against Boston. When you do, that's the recipe for disaster.
Yeah, they were lucky to come back in game 1 and get that win, but
and they were
do it over and over again.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're going to get gassed. Don't care how young you are. You're going to get gassed.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, now is the time for the Sabres. They've got to prove what they're capable of, and especially if we do start lying tomorrow night, you got to go back to what worked in game 1, and that is, still be physical, but you got to outskate them and you got to control the zone. That's what you have to do.
Well, and don't be a young team and take stupid fucking penalties. That's another issue, right?
Exactly. They were in the box for stupid shit last night, and there were times, I will say, with the refs, they didn't call a couple cross checks and they didn't call a high stick, but at the same time, that's the playoffs. It's going to be a lot more loose in terms of being able to play like
and
that.
the thing is too, is that these players on Boston, they've been playing in the playoffs for fucking years, so they know how to get away with shit, and they don't fucking use the emotion to fucking take an extra penalty when you don't have to.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're doing it on purpose. Right?
Yeah, and look at last night. Zadorov knows how to get away with everything, and that's one of the players I remember. He used to be on the Sabres a long time ago when he first got started, and absolutely liked him. But he is a master at being able to play the way that he does.
Yeah, imagine if they had Marchand still. You guys would be fucked.
Yeah, it'd be
you say master, I say piece of shit, but
like he was the master of like fucking causing shit and getting away with it.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. If they still had Marchand, it'd probably be we'd probably be down 2-0.
Oh yeah. He's the king of causing shit. He's worse than Sean Avery, which is holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh God. And Sean Avery was universally hated throughout the entire league.
Dude, he's the only person I've ever seen, any hockey player I've ever seen that made Martin Brodeur lose his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like the only player that I've seen Brodeur like lose his cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he didn't lose it very often. And
Oh fuck no, I've never seen it. It was like that one game where he kept like standing in front of him, like screaming in front of his face and shit, like waving his hands in his face and shit, and Brodeur lost his fucking mind.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, yeah, and we actually had a couple comments actually. So the All Over Jake fan club is here, and he basically said, first and foremost, to Bobby, he said, "I got one. Welcome back, bro." Then he said he bet $50 on Dallas against his boy tonight, and then he also said Sabres got to improve the power play. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
right now we
pretty-
don't have a fucking power play.
Pretty minuscule so far.
Yeah, I mean, no power play equals no results.
Well, especially against a team like Boston, right? You can't grind them out all the time. You use your offense.
Yep, exactly. So who knows what'll happen? But if we go down 2-1, it's not looking good.
Fuck no. You don't. You at least take one in Boston. Yeah, at least take one.
Yeah, and it's got to be the next game. It can't be game 4. So
No, you don't want to play from behind, man. You really don't. It's not a good thing in the playoffs.
Yep, 100%. So other than that, there really isn't too much going on in the sports world. So it's just we'll see what happens with these series, and then obviously, of course, the NFL drafts tomorrow night. So we'll be on for that. So of course, feel free to join us for the live draft coverage as we usually do, and means we'll be on for probably about 5 hours tomorrow night. But it'll be that. And then of course the fun thing also on Friday, tune in Nickel City Crew. We've got them simulcasting with us as well, and they'll give you some of their takes on everything. And in the meantime, there really isn't anything else I can think of that we need to really throw in for this week. It's been a quiet sports week.
Yeah, I'm all set to watch the game tomorrow and the draft. A little bit on both TVs.
Yep, same here.
Godspeed. God love the Bills.
Yes. And it is fun, actually. They got the Highmark Stadium signs up for some of the stadium now on the outside, so that building's almost done. Just another couple months.
I don't know if he knows anything about me, but I'm technically a dual fan, but I'm a Josh Allen fan. I love Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm a Carolina Panthers fan too.
Yep. And I was going to say, it was actually fun last night, right before the Sabres game got started. They had Josh Allen beating the drum, and then he chugged a beer.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That was beautiful.
Now they're calling it like the curse, like the Bieber curse when it comes to like the Leafs.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But he crushed that beer real quick.
Oh, dude. It was epic. It was epic. I loved it.
Yep, for sure. And then All Over Jay says Denzel Boston to the Bills must happen tomorrow night. So see what goes on. It'll be a fun
I don't know what else. I think the team is good the way it is, but like at this point, like you have to fill positions, obviously. But I think on receivers, I think you got a lot better. But
yeah, I mean, there's still a little bit of work there, but I mean, I could see with Russo moving to the outside linebacker. Or
you got my boy. You got my boy DJ Brown, DJ Moore. You got DJ Moore, dude. I'm telling you, he gets the catch when you need him.
He does, and and it's good because now it's like, all right, you finally have a legit wide receiver. If Keaton Coleman can actually do something, then hey, that's great. He can finally get going. If there's another decent wide receiver off the board that we can get early, of course, do it. But at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing another linebacker or edge rusher be brought in and just at least plug that gap.
I think that's the thing you need the most is an edge.
Yeah.
Is Joey Bosa going to be like ready to go for the start of the season, or?
I hope. I mean, that's if he's fully back. But the one player I really want to see come back from the knee injury was I'm trying to think, who was it that we lost earlier in the season? It wasn't Okunjobi, but
Was it off your O line or your D line?
This is off our D line.
He only played a couple of games. I can't remember. He was like suspended, and then he came back and then got hurt.
Yeah.
Who does Buffalo have for like a good safety now?
I mean, safety is another spot we'd have to.
The corpses of Hyde and Poyer.
Yeah, so put Jordan Poyer, but like, yeah, that's basically like, I think that's a big hole that you should build in the draft as a good safety.
Yeah, it is definitely something we're going to have to really take a look at, just thinking about it. And, it depends right now, but obviously if we can, build up that defense a little bit further, I mean, that'll certainly be great. I mean, we're going to have to do some different things, but
the thing is, the O-line is the biggest thing. Josh Allen doesn't need much room to work, and he's that big that he can fucking do whatever he wants most of the time. But at the same time, you don't want him getting fucking sacked and getting hurt, right? So you gotta sure up that fucking O-line.
Right. Yeah, a lot of stuff we got to do. With it. But at least I think in a sense, though, the fact that we're going 3-4 versus 4-3, and we actually have a legit defensive coach in here finally, that's a huge plus because Babbage was not going to get the job done, and he absolutely sucked as a coordinator. So the fact with Leonard being back in here, and the fact that he was able to do what he did, especially with Denver and some other teams, I mean, that was a big plus. Actually, the player I was thinking about who blew the ACL was Michael Hoyt.
Hoyt. Right? Yeah, that was him.
Hoyt.
Yeah.
I still think it was a terrible idea to fire Sean McDermott, but like I think that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, at least they're saying somewhat consistent, which is fine. And at least bringing in John Fox was a big plus too, as an advisor, which is big. But then thinking about it, how about that? How about that signing of CJ Gardner Johnson?
Oh, the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good pickup, man. That's a really good pickup.
Yeah,
it's like DJ Moore is like one of those players that you need a catch in the last 10 seconds of the game.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the guy to give it to you.
Yeah. So it's good that with some of the offseason signings, I mean, it's a big plus. I mean, that's worked out really well. So certainly happy about that. I mean, right now, at least with the whole thing with Bosa, I mean, he hasn't made any decisions in where he's signing for next year. So as of right now, he's still here, which is good. But he is a free agent.
Yeah, I don't know. Joey Bosa is one of those players, right? It's just like he's a game changer, right? When you need him to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like he's a good fit for the Bills, but
yeah, give him a nice deal and work with it. So.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it, but no, they did make some improvements though, so definitely thrilled about that. It's just a matter of now it's going to depend on what happens with the draft tomorrow night and what we end up doing with filling any holes. But biggest thing I would say, edge rusher's got to be one of the biggest areas we got to look at. I would definitely want to look at a safety potentially. Would like to also possibly look at another wide receiver just to try and get some weapons, especially
to fill in the holes, right? It's all about filling in the holes.
Yeah.
But like, sure. I was gonna say, shit. All right, anyways, sorry, it tripped my mind. Sorry, stone. Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, I gotta drop out anyway because I gotta pick up my daughter.
Okay.
From work.
Yeah, no worries.
Everybody have a good night.
All right, take care.
Got it. All right,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you got it. And of course, thanks for joining us as usual. We do appreciate that, and and it's kind of funny, man. It's just the two of us right now, but I think it'll be a fun draft tomorrow night. So certainly, if you're around, feel free to drop in, and we'll have you on for a while. And
what time you doing it
at? We usually start right around 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll give you the link, obviously when it comes up, but we'll just take a look at a couple of last things. So Oliver J said it was Hoyt. Then he said if the Oilers win tonight, he's going to be upset. And then he's also saying, where's my jersey? You got to support the team. Well, of course I will support the team. You know, it's all good. I mean, look at it this way, look at it this way, Jay. I fell asleep before the beginning of the show. I didn't have enough time to throw on a jersey because I just wanted to jump on. And then Bobby kept me waiting in the waiting room for well over like 15 minutes before I even could get on. So I'm like, it's all good. So I'm just wearing my generic New York City NHL store shirt. So it's all good. And then, of course, he also says tomorrow is the big night. And Jay's just laughing his ass off when I said that. So
what picks do you have? I haven't paid attention to what picks you have.
Yeah, so with the picks that we have tomorrow night, with the draft, I know it's going to be late in the first round. So with what we have on the draft order,
Dude, I'm adamant to think that like the best picks are the ones in the second, third. Like, it's not all about the first.
Yeah. So I mean, literally with what we have tomorrow night, I mean the Bills don't pick until the 26th pick overall. So
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Then after that, we do not have anything in the second round.
No.
And then in round 3, for the Bills, just looking to see what they have. We have the 27th pick in the third round.
That's not a bad pick either.
So that's not bad. So we got that. I mean, only other thing I can think of is if we end up trading up or doing something a little bit different there, then you know that's something. But we have 26 in the first round, 27 in the third round, and then after that, let me see what else we have. Then in the fourth round, the Bills will be picking at 26. So we've got that. So right now we only have one pick in the fourth. Fifth round, we pick at 28.
Well, pick, but still a pick.
Yeah. Sixth round, we have the first pick. So that'll be 182 overall. And then from there, seventh round, we pick at fourth. And that'll be it. So that's just kind of how it is. So
at least you get a few picks at least, right? It's not like
right? Yeah, and at least 6 and 7 is earlier in the round, so that's a big plus. I mean, fourth and and then literally third, fourth, and fifth round is going to be later, which is fine. I mean, of course, we're going to be later in the first round, obviously, but I mean, then it all also depends on what ends up happening. If we decide to end up trading for additional picks or however that's going to work out. I mean, obviously that's something that can also come up tomorrow. So if that's the case, I mean, there is always that possibility to move up and do that. So if, that happens, then, hey, that's not a bad thing. We can maybe get some more out of it, but right now it's, nothing in the second round.
Oh, well, you know what? At least you still got one in the first, right? And then you got, those picks that those people look over, right?
Yeah.
The fifth and the sixth, right?
Yeah, and we've done pretty well in the late rounds in the past, so I'm not super worried about it. I mean, it's just, let's we'll see what happens with the draft tomorrow. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and just let's make what we can out of it, and have some fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. So I think what we'll do is and it's actually funny. It's Jay says Vrabel still has more photos out there. This guy, he's talking about the Deanna Rossini incident.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Yep.
So. Well, but I would say, man, I don't have anything else for tonight, so I think we could go ahead and wrap it up. But no, glad to have you back on, man. It was fun doing this old school for first time in a while. So thanks.
No, I appreciate you having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, man. And you're welcome to come back tomorrow. And of course, guys, feel free to join us for the draft 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be live. We're covering the entire first round. So as we usually do, we're always on for it. So check that out. And then in the meantime, if you want to check out older episodes, of course, visit our YouTube, visit our Spotify. We're on there. Visit our friends over at Nickel City Crew as well. And in the meantime, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
God bless.
See ya.